as I looked out and see you guys, I am so thankful that you are here. I really am. About 15, 16 years ago, I came to a first meeting, and at the invitation of my son. And I think there were 12 or maybe 14 of us at that meeting. And guys, this is fantastic to see a room full of guys having breakfast together, fellowshipping together, and realize as you listen, we're all moving the same direction. The cohorts will be mentioned over and over and over again. And I cannot emphasize enough the value of relationship that comes out of a cohort. I spent 4 months and a week in the hospital, and just this last Tuesday was my 8-month anniversary, if you please, from a horrific car accident, taken from right up here by exit 11, going to Eastgate area, and having just a car accident that involved my truck and 4 other vehicles, and put me in the hospital. And I went to Overlake that day. That night, I ended up going to Harborview and had just bizarre. They had me on pain meds and everything that just was hallucinogenic. And I was dreaming about, I thought I was dreaming, the people in the hospital were laughing themselves silly and saying, what is wrong with this guy? And there was a red truck that kept going around and around and around the room. And that red truck had "Get Saved" written on the side. Get saved. And I kept telling people out loud there in the hospital, you need to get on the red truck. You need to get on the red truck. And this went on, they said, for several hours. And I had no idea that the red truck was waiting that long to collect that many people. But it just was amazing. I had people come and see me in the hospital that I do not remember seeing that first day, and second day, and third day. And I just, as I look at the last 8 months, I am awestruck at God's blessing. Just really overwhelmed at His blessing. I was leaving my cohort that morning here, and I was on I-90 westbound and ready to exit at exit 11, just the next exit down the road. And this accident just, there's parts of it that I still don't know what happened. Just completely blank. And I was in my truck. I had no feeling in either hand or either foot. I was crying and asking God to help me. And then a highway patrol officer came up to my truck and said the ambulance is on the way. I wanted to say, who needs an ambulance? But I didn't have any feeling in my hands. I had no feeling in my feet. And I tried to turn the ignition off, and I couldn't even feel it. I tried to open the door, and I could not feel it. I tried to reposition myself in the truck and slide myself back up so I could sit up straight. The impact just drove me down very low under the steering wheel, and I could not pull myself back up. And I thought, I got a problem. And so as I looked at this, I was taken then that evening from Overlake Hospital to Harborview. The next day, I had spinal cord injury diagnosis and spinal cord surgery. And then my right foot kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And So they took pictures of my right foot and found 5 broken bones in my right foot. So then I had 12 weeks of wearing this crazy cast and then this plastic boot that goes almost up to my knee. Some of you have had that kind of a boot on, I'm sure, but it's horribly uncomfortable. I had no idea the critical shape I was in at that time. My left side was not working at all, and I'm left-handed. My hand was kind of frozen like so. My left leg was straight, stiff as a board. And I woke up in the middle of the night and my left knee was pulled up. I thought, oh, how did that happen? That's cool. So I thought, can I push it down? And this is 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I pushed it down. I thought, good, I can push it down. Pull it back. Push it down, pull it back, push it down, pull it back. I did that 10 times to the numbers, 1, 1, 1, 2. And I thought, this is so exciting. I can move my left leg. Well, about 3, 4 days later, the nurse had taken my spoon that I was using with my right hand, trying to hit my mouth, feeding myself, and that large thing that they add to the spoon so I could hold on to it was gone. And I just naturally reached over with my left hand. I thought, my left hand, I have the spoon. Cream of rice. Oh, wow, this is cool. And so I ate with my left hand, got so excited about it, called my wife that morning, said, honey, I just ate with my left hand. That is so cool. Then I saw my diagnosis sheet that says, incomplete quadriplegic. Quadriplegic? I don't think so. Well, I had been in bed. They'd turn me every 2 hours, and they had unique beds at Harborview that tilted also, so the nurses were not breaking their back so they could flip you over. But they would turn me every 2 hours, and then when I saw this label, incomplete quadriplegic, meaning that my spinal cord was damaged, and they put a protection on that, but it was not broken. Had my spinal cord been broken, everything below that break would have been non-functional as far as musculature goes. I'm able to stand before you today, I believe, in answer to prayer, as well as a phenomenal medical team that did surgery. And then a rehab team at the VA hospital that helped me get to the point where I could stand, to where I wanted to stand. And so I'm able to do that today by God's grace. Other guys that are in the hospital with the same surgery that I had have the function of 2 fingers and a thumb and a mobile wrist. And that's what they use to move their power wheelchair with. Wow. Same surgery that I had. And I thought, God, you are so gracious. You are so good. I had several visitors come and visit, and I know they meant well. They said, Neal, will you ever walk again? What? I said, yes, I'm going to walk again. I'll walk out of the hospital. Well, needless to say, I didn't, because they have rules that you have to ride the wheelchair out of the hospital. But I was able to transfer myself from the wheelchair to the car, to our car. Whereas earlier in the month, I was not able to do that. But one of the things that happened in the hospital is a lot of family members brought special verses for me. And they would put them on a 5x8 card and stick it up on the wall. And one of the verses was Romans 12:12. It says, rejoice or be joyful in hope. Be patient in affliction and persistent or faithful in prayer. You know, that verse became my mantra for 4 months and a week there in the hospital. Rejoice or be joyful in hope. Well, I hope I'm going to walk out of here, so there's no reason not to be joyful. And then be patient in affliction. And for a long time, I was saying, I'm not afflicted. I don't have a problem. But I did. And the staff, the team, the medical team, were all remarkable. And then it says, be persistent or faithful in prayer. Guys, I don't know when I have prayed for so many people. Family members, friends, nurses, doctors, different people. God wants us to bring these prayer requests to Him. And why does He say, be faithful in prayer? Because He's faithful and wants to hear your prayers. He really does. He wants to answer. But if you're not asking, He's not giving. You got to be able to say, God, I need you. I want all that you have to give me. And Lord, I want it for your honor and your glory. And so I believe that God has allowed me to be vertical before you today for His honor and His glory. Guys, listen to His word, trust Him, and seek His face. Your cohort, Emery is our leader. Brian Parks is assistant leader. And I was an assistant leader. And the guys came out to my house. They did yard work for me. They cleaned gutters. They were remarkable. And I can't thank you enough, Emery and Brian Parks and Matt, wherever you are. You guys just did a marvelous job. Thank you.